I just got home from visiting family for about a week, so I'm back, kind of looking around. It's been sub zero temperatures when I was gone, and I'm just kind of looking around, seeing what held up. I did notice some water, kind of like a layer of ice, down by this the wood that I put down. You can see some of the water there. Um, I think it's coming from that crack that I sealed up a while ago. And this is good to know. I mean, this is just house stuff that it'll never end. You just have to expect it in life, I guess. So if you expect it, then you'll be a lot happier, I think, in life because it'll just always happen. Okay, upon further investigation, the water, I saw another water puddle there, and then a major one over here. So traced it right back to this connection there, the water faucet. So I'm this part, the cold side froze and popped open that little thing there, and probably the seal there. I'm not sure. It's not really a big deal. Last winter, this side broke a little piece down there. So I'm still the long term. I'm still figuring out the long term solution to keeping this warm as I leave the house. And my eventual solution is to get some heated flooring in here. And it's a relief for me to know that it was the faucet rather than coming from the crack, because it wasn't quite making sense that it was just coming up out of there and then freezing. But it makes way more sense that it's coming from that. So that's a relief. So I could still use my long-term goals with getting heated flooring in here. Next time I'm going to leave the space heater on a little higher, so I think I just turned it on too low. Also having I remember this freezing last year too, and I think it did the same thing. It's thawing out now, but I remember those valves I had to. They might be cracked. I'm not sure. I might have to replace those. I got my dehumidifier going to get the rest of this moisture out. It's getting kind of moist or humid in here, and I had these carpets saturated. You're gonna see where that puddle was. So it's coming all out here. But this is the eventual idea, though, in the future, to have a dehumidifier type concept to just replenish that tank. And you could see, I'm not going to do that now, but that's the idea. And you could see I marked the full part, and it was pretty full when I left on my trip. So it's gone down, I don't know how much. I would say 3 or 4 gallons or something. Maybe more, 5. I don't know. But that's how much came down, leaked out. I'm going to show you this part where I put the queen size bed in there. And I did this temporarily because I'll either need to sleep on it. I'm kind of tired of the couch now, so plus I'm going to have guests, and I could sleep somewhere else if I need to. So it's kind of looking more like an Airbnb, but it's changeable. My future plans could put a couple bunks up there, like I was thinking before. But I did want this open space to be changeable, and that's kind of the idea there. And then I might just put like a curtain around to section it off. But I just wanted to show that concept of it. I like it though because it gives this Um, it's inspiring to see it. I actually like this, so maybe I'll get into the Airbnb thing this spring or summer. I don't know, but I want to get into my main house to start fixing that up. And by the way, I did get this queen size bed for free, and it's a full foam thing, and plus the base, the stands for free. I'm a little more particular about mattresses, though. I don't just go and grab a free one off the curb, for obvious reasons. So I make sure they said that this one wasn't used very much, and they just were upgrading or changing out, and they just wanted to get rid of that one. Some people just thinks that it's either too soft, too hard, or something. They just want to get rid of it. So you can run into super good deals like that. Can't get better than free. So the frame platform on the bottom, I found next to a dumpster, and this is where it was a full-on complex, apartment complex where people move out a lot, and they sometimes just get rid of things that they don't want to deal with, and those are usually, I don't know, used one, $40 for a couple of them if you can find a good deal, and they get up to 80 to $100 if they're new. So I just put them in my car, and they're easy enough. And so I know it doesn't seem like it, but I left on another trip, and this is 2 weeks later. But this time, what I did was I set out my space heater, and I tuned it just to the point where the thermostat's going to turn on. The way I did it last time was I turned it too low and it just never triggered on. I just don't want that thing to be running all the time. So, and the thermostat has a challenge because it's built within the item itself. So whenever this turns on, it's going to heat up itself, and it's never going to get an accurate reading of what the room temperature is, and it'll shut itself off before the whole room needs it's going to get to the temp it needs. So what I found was this thing, and I never knew this existed, but looks like a kind of like a power strip, but it has these labels on it. It says cooling, heating 1, heating 2. So you can plug in a device, a cooling device, or any heating device. And then my space heater here. So I plug that in. Then it has a separate thermostat setting, just like you would see in a home, but this is portable, and it has its own temperature reading. So you could set this in the center of the room, which solves that problem. So as soon as you could just turn this space heater all the way on, and then as soon as that thermometer reads the temperature that you set it at, then it turns the unit on. Same thing with air conditioning. So you can plug that in, have a more accurate reading of the cooling in the room. So this is a good temporary solution as I figure other things out, but that's portable. Could use that anywhere I need that, and I feel a lot better about that. I don't have to worry about this being on all the time or it not ever turning on. And by the way, I got this at under $10, and I can't remember if it was $10 or less than that, but I got it at a Retail Rebel. And if you've never heard of that, it's basically an Amazon customer return place. You know how you could buy pallets of returned items? You've probably seen that before, but basically they roll in those pallets of returned items, and on a certain day, on Saturday, they just have everything for $10. The next day is like $5. The next day after that is $4, and all the way down to 50 cents on Friday. So you could find some pretty cool things. I found this bidet, and normally it's like 40 to 50 bucks for this bidet system, and I got it for like $1.50 but I had to find the parts because it gets scattered around as people dig through it. So, but I was able to recognize the parts and find the parts to it. So that's the challenge when it gets to that point. But on the first day, on the $10 day, usually you find things in the box and all together with the parts. And I found this heat-powered stove fan. And it's self-powered, and you can just put it on your stove, and it just powers itself just by the heat. Normally this was like, I don't know, 60 bucks. Some of them are more expensive, but I got it for 10 bucks. So it's a pretty cool store, and I found some photography, videography type of light diffusers and stuff, and all of those were like $1 each. Normally they're a lot more than that. This is probably worth 40 bucks for this photography reflector. And this light diffuser, they can get expensive. Found a couple of them for $1 each. Normally they're hundreds of dollars. Some of them, like these are the big ones, and some of them get up there a couple $100 or even more than that. So you could find some good deals at the Retail Rebel. And I found some other things other little bidet things, $1 each. I mean, this might have been 10 bucks because I didn't want someone else to get it because I just recognized it. I already have a bum gun, so basically these are nice bidet systems. They're not really considered a bidet, but they call them a bum gun for short. But these are probably 30 for the whole kit, or more maybe. I bought mine for 20, but it didn't have all the stuff in it. But this had the whole kit, 10 bucks. And if I don't use it, I could sell it for 20 or something. I don't know. That's where I found out this existed, is that Retail Rebel, and thought, why not? It'll help prevent a lot of other things from happening. So all those expensive I would have had from a disaster